feminism has become this huge like shitbag on men, basically. When
it's like again, it's like one of my friends posted, and it's just like it's like the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, black trans, black gays, black lesbians, like it's not just a select few black lives. Like when we say Black Lives Matter, like
every black life,
like every black life, you know. And that's the thing. A lot of people, it's like like in the brown culture, especially in the Mexican culture, it wasn't accepted that you were gay for a long time. Like it wasn't accepted that you like because I'll tell you this, I've heard more straight men that have said they fuck gay guys than I've had gay guys tell me they fuck another gay guy.
Yeah.
I've had that, like that experience, like I've heard it. I've heard it so many fucking times. Like it's just like ridiculous to me for me, like to hear like all these guys like like saying like, oh, that fucking fag or whatever, mind the F word. But like, you know, saying that, I'm like, bro, you know you want to fuck him. Just say, you know you want to fuck him. And that's the thing that I hate. I won't say hate. It's a very strong word, and I don't really think about that shit all the time. But I want to say strongly dislike about people. It's like, if you're gonna be judgmental of this, then you gotta judge yourself in that manner as well. So before you point the finger at yourself, you know, at pointing somebody, point at yourself. And that's the thing that I was like saying about, also about all women, like shaming other women, like all because like you're skinny. Other plus size women are shaming you now, where it was like the opposite a couple of years ago. It's just like, why would you ever reciprocate that? Like, you've known that shit for so long. Like, why would you ever fucking do that to somebody?
It's interesting to see, and I don't know how it is in other countries, because obviously I don't live in other countries, so I don't know, but it's interesting to see that our country is very driven by like the aesthetic of things and the what is the word, the trend of things, and I think unfortunately like a lot of big movements are very like quote unquote trendy for our country. And I think feminism and Black Lives Matter, I feel like have been the two that have been the most like in and out of trending for so long. It just, the way that it trends is it's shitty, because the way that it trends on social media and throughout media in general isn't how it's actually supposed to be portrayed in the actual work that's happening. And so like in feminism, it's portrayed as like, well, here's one thing that women should be, and we're gonna like hold on to this for an X amount of months, and that's gonna be our trend. When in reality, feminism actually is, there isn't anything a woman should be. Whatever a woman feels like she is, that's what she is. And like, that's what feminism is supposed to be. And I think really more unfortunately, Black Lives Matter has been a trendy thing, and that's just fucked up in general, because it shouldn't be a trend to care about somebody's fucking life. But that just to see it trend because somebody was murdered on news and they got it on camera doesn't mean that it's only going to matter for the X amount of months that's on social media. Like, that should matter every day. And it sucks to see that like our country is so based off of trends and what looks good in the moment, and like, oh, how can I show off that I'm doing something good in the moment? But then when I get home, I'm just not gonna give a fuck about it, and it's just gonna be like something else that
like
moves on.
It's like everything has been desensitized at this point. Like, we have really been desensitized to human lives in general. Like, I told my friend, I was like, we're not far away from having like the Hunger Games coming in. We're not far away from like that happening, you know, as an entertainment. Like, that's literally gonna be the next form of entertainment. Like human hunting is gonna be next.
We've already had every other form of reality TV happen.
But I know we've had a long conversation.
We've gotten everywhere on everything.
Do you want to promote your Instagram, your OnlyFans?
Oh, yeah, sure. So my Instagram is Lil Babe Leah. That's LilBabeLeah. That's the same for my OnlyFans, same for my Twitter and my Reddit. So you can find me on there through any of those contacts. And if you want to send me some money, my Cash App is the same. So, Lil Babe Leah.
So, what are your last words to say to?
So I think this is one of the things I want to start off with, but this works to end it with. I want to say that this is all coming from the perspective of a white woman, and I think that's very important to include because I want to let anybody listening know that, like, I'm not speaking from anybody else's perspective other than being a white woman in America. Like, I can't speak for a black woman in America. I can't speak for a Latin woman in America. I'm just speaking from my perspective and what I've gone through, just so people know that I'm not speaking for everybody. Like, I can't personally do that. I can only speak through my
you
perspective.
You can only speak for yourself and yourself alone.
Yeah.
And not be the voice of the white women.
Yeah.
and that's, I think, what's important with people. Like, we can't, like, you can't be the voice of just a whole culture. You have to be your own voice and your only voice alone, and that cannot reflect the whole culture in general. Because there's 1,000 and billions and millions of people that are with the same skin color.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to end with that, saying that I'm not speaking for anyone else, just myself. I just think right now in this day and culture, it's really important to have that respect.
Yeah, and I think one of the parent companies that we're a part of, called A Pin Apart, has brought out a shirt called Protect Our Women. So if you guys want to go pick that up, I think they're having novel pins and they have shirts. So I will be promoting it on our Root Behavior Instagram. You could also check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Google, and I think we are on Amazon Podcast now too. So we are on everything. So there's no way you can't miss us. I know we haven't done a lot of episodes as of late with this whole COVID-19 stuff, but just know that we're coming with a lot more episodes, and next time we'll have Adriene back on our show. Just because we are having this shoot today with me and Leah, so we had already talked about it, so we already had talked about doing this podcast and stuff, and thank you for being on the podcast, and
yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody who's listening to me.
All the good people at home, or wherever you're listening. You could be listening in your car or wherever. But all right, salutations, everybody.